Welcome to my first World of Warships commentary. This is a rather curious match, actually. It's just 5 on 5, or actually, I'm sorry, 6 on 6, and I'm in my Tier 8 New Orleans class cruiser. I only have the upgrade for the frame or the hull. Nothing as far as the FCS or the turrets go, but not like that would really help this too much. But that over there that you see that I'm shooting at is a Yamato, and been getting into a few of these games lately where there's a couple of Yamatos on their team, or my team, Essex class, and so on and so forth. But I was scared as hell to shoot at this thing. I didn't want it to put its guns at me and wipe me out with just 1 or 2 hits, because it's fully capable of doing that. Luckily, we had, I believe it's a Fubuki class destroyer, the little guy right over there to the right. Yep, Fubuki. And, man, he laid down some serious torpedo fields and was able to catch the Yamato here in a few minutes that you'll see. But I didn't notice that I had actually had HE equipped. I thought I switched that right at the start like I always do. So I set them on fire, and now I realize that I should probably switch to armor piercing, as I do right there. And funny enough, that's actually going to be a good thing for me later that I had the HE equipped. But as you can see, it launched this spread of torpedoes, and man, that's a hell of a lot of torpedoes. And I think that's like a Tier 8 Japanese destroyer, but here it comes, and 97,000 health. That is just insane. I mean, cruisers can't do shit against this. But see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and he's still on fire. I didn't realize that he was still on fire. He had, when I first had him on fire, he used his repair, and I set him on fire like just before I switched over to AP, and sure enough, that's what gets me the kill. So, fantastic. At this point, it's pretty equal. I mean, yeah, we've only lost 1, and they've lost 2, but especially the Yamato, but it's anybody's game still at this point. And you can see by our our movements here on the map, we've got the destroyer down south, another battleship behind me, and I believe it's an Essex that we have on our team. And we have a cruiser down, I think it's Baltimore? I could be wrong. That is down on their cap, and that's drawing them back, as you can see them starting to turn. At this point, I'm just saying screw it. If I can damage anybody and try to help my team, I'm going to do it. And I spot their carrier over there, and so at the very least, now the rest of the team should be aware of it. I think I pointed out on the map here, but yeah, so pretty interesting start to this game already. And as far as the cruisers are concerned, what did I type here? Oh yeah. I was commending the Fubuki for staying up there the entire time. I mean, very impressive, and I mean, the guy knows what he's doing. Hopefully I don't have to face anybody like him sometime soon. But I gotta brush up on my my own DD skills. But as far as the CAs, the cruisers are concerned, they're in a weird spot. Generally, you don't really want to engage much of anything other than your same class or lower, but in particular, the New Orleans and Pensacola do not do well. They don't absorb damage the way some of the other ships do. They seem to be very fragile. They seem to have a very easy to hit citadel, and their turrets get knocked out a little bit more easily than some of the other ones that I've played. Cleveland is all around probably the best ship in the game that I've played. What it can do, the damage per minute, and how accurate the guns are. There's really I don't know, there's nothing like it that I've played so far, although I'm looking forward to the Des Moines, and although I should probably say Baltimore first, and then 6 months down the line when I've grinded enough to get the XP, the Des Moines. But I know there's going to be plenty of changes here coming up. See in the chat that I say I'll fend off the cruisers. I didn't actually think I would. I just wanted to buy us some time, just in case they were moving towards our cap, as we had lost our cruiser that was on their cap. And I really like facing the Japanese cruisers, especially at range. I don't know why, but I guess they're inherently fragile, but I'm not sure if that's necessarily designed that way. But you can see working the lead here, using the marks on the scope there, which actually helps a lot in scoring Citadel hits and whatnot. But yeah, I think this is a Tier 8. I'm pretty sure it is. I know it's not nearly as good as the Senjo, the Tier 10 that I faced, but let's see, we're about to trade fire here, and voila. 2 Citadel hits and 3 additional hits for like 22,000 damage. Just damn, that's incredible. He beached himself and sealed his fate right there. So booyah. Beautiful. I love it. So at this point, because I had already used my repair, I have to rely on my damage control parties, my fire control team, to set this one out. But it's just a matter of how much damage is going to be inflicted upon me before the fire crews get that under control, which at this point I really don't expect. I mean, I may get 1 or 2 salvos at best off against this New Orleans class. And I fired here not knowing where my teammate had dropped his torpedoes, so I couldn't really predict where he would turn, and I didn't get any hits, and unfortunately neither did the torpedo bombers. So usually have a harder time when I'm coming head on, and especially depending on the angle that I'm moving. As you can see, it's looking at the map there, north-northeast. So start scoring some hits though, and here comes this fire. Alright, I've only got 11,700 health. I do not expect to live at all. And trying to find that sweet spot there, right at the smokestacks. Trying to score the Citadel hits and give myself and/or my teammates a fighting chance to turn this around and win, because I don't know their health right now since I've been engaged in this fight. But just whittling away, and I don't know how I've only lost 1,500 health at this point. Just not expected at all. And again, torpedoes come in, he starts to maneuver. This guy does a really good job too. It's not easy having this thing stop and maneuvering, even if you see them in advance. You definitely tense up a bit whenever there's torpedoes in the water when they're coming for you. But I was expecting that to be a Citadel hit, but at the same time, 2,600 damage. Beautiful. Almost 7,000 there. Nice. Very good salvo. And at this point, I'm like, I'm cool if I die. It's okay. But start getting some hits in. See that weird accuracy of the weird shell spread of the Pensacola and the New Orleans. Kind of not as flat as the, not as consistent and as flat as the Cleveland, which is the problem, I think, for the most part of the ship. But we're just duking it out here, just classic slugging and slugfest, and this is what I really love about this game. It's like the tension between both of us. I mean, boom! Somehow pulled it out. So I lost 10,000 health to his 30,000, or 35,000 actually. He had the upgraded hull, and I just did not see that one coming at all. So we have just their CV left, and I forget if it's like a I think it's a Ranger. I can't remember, but either way, very good. Oh, Lexington. Okay. 84 hits at this point. Set the target on fire twice. 3 ships sunk. 5 Citadel hits, and the airplane shot down there. But I've already, like, even before the New Orleans fight there, like, at a certain point, I was like, this is pretty much a victory for me, a personal victory. I'm okay with that. But I'll say that it becomes a little bit harder to feel better about the rounds because it is so much more expensive to repair these ships when they get damaged. I think this is $85,000 to repair it if it sunk, and yes, my butt was definitely puckered up that entire time when I was playing. But end of round, and even after all that damage subtraction on the credits, you get a decent amount, 130,000, 2,200 experience base, and a lot of hits. So yeah, 80,000. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. See you next time.